Okay, today we are going to talk about a couple different things. As you can see, I have on an overcoat, and this is a wool overcoat. The sleeves are a little bit longer than I like them to be, and as soon as our springtime weather is over, I'll take it in and have them taken up, I don't know, about a half an inch. I bought this from Quince, Quince. It's an Italian-made overcoat, and it's great. I like the length. It could be longer, but for something that's off the rack, this is great. It's, I would say, a third the price that you would find in other similar quality of overcoats. They make it in a couple different colors. I have this camel colored one, and then I also have a charcoal colored, more sporty jacket than this one, sporty coat. All right, on to the shirt and slacks. So this also is a Pickashirt shirt. I know that some guys have a real hard time with patterns. And so this is, as you can see, brown and blue. It's custom made for me. I had them change out the buttons to be dark blue rather than just white because I wanted to have a little contrast. Similar to my other shirts, it fits very well, you can see. Because I'm not wearing braces or suspenders, the belt is supposed to hold it in, but this belt is on the last notch, so I can't make it any tighter. I've talked about belts versus suspenders before, and once I got used to no belt and suspenders, I actually like it much better. They do make, and I have them, they make hooks on the bottom of the suspenders that you can hook onto here, but I wouldn't wear those without wearing a jacket, because if you're wearing suspenders, you really shouldn't have belt loops. It just makes it so I don't have to throw away all of my custom-made clothes. So again, these are pretty high-waisted, but not as high as my most recent ones. Wool slacks. Let's see if we can get you an idea of what the fabric looks like. Let's do this. Very unprofessional. But it's charcoal with that camel color and blue stripes in it. It's a little bit of a Glen check type pattern, which means it's kind of a plaid over and over. You can see that it's got a full break. So a break is, if there was no break in my trousers, they would sit like this. There would be no break, but it's a full break. Sometimes you see a half break, which is like that. So you want this is a good length. These slacks are 18 or 19 years old. I don't wear them, of course, every day, but they look as close to brand new as possible. And that's what I'm trying to portray in this channel, is that if you buy foundational pieces, and of course you can't go up and down in weight, but if you buy foundational pieces as a guy, you're going to have clothes that last you a long time, and they're going to be in fashion. The difference between fashion and style is what's in today, right? So in today might be skinny jeans or narrow cut trousers, but there's going to be a time when all of a sudden, those aren't in style anymore. The thing about full cut trousers is they're always in fashion. So if you look at some of the 1930s, 1940s movies, the slacks that the gentlemen are wearing are all like this. They're super comfortable. In fact, I literally just helped one of my teammates put a desk on a handcart, and we took it outside. These slacks, I mean, this could completely be a suit. These slacks are comfortable. They move really well because there's room in them. If you get the continental cut or like the skinny cut jeans or slacks, and the legs are like this, what happens is, and I have some of those, is when you start to move, you think, okay, maybe I'm going to blow out my slacks, which is not a great position to be in. Also, higher waist is going to make it more comfortable. These have really comfortable pockets. They have an inner pocket for keys or credit cards, so that if you put something in your pocket, they don't go all the way down to the bottom. You can order slacks with either no back pockets, 2 back pockets, or 1 back pocket on either side. I have been ordering mine with 1 on the left side because I put my phone in my back pocket, just to make it more easy to carry it around. That's a little bit of a fashion faux pas, but that's how I do it. And then the shoes are Magnanni's, Italian shoes. I got these at the Nordstrom rack. I think at Nordstrom they were listed at about $550 maybe. I'll put this down here so you can see them a little better. $550. There's no way that I would pay $550 for these shoes. They're nice shoes. Also about 10 years old. So again, if you, and this color is antiqued, or like I say they're gradiated because it's great. The color is gradiated, but they go with a lot of things. So again, when you're picking out your outfits, maybe ladies, you're helping your man pick out his outfit. Don't be afraid of 2 different patterns, because from there, this looks like it's charcoal when it actually isn't charcoal. It's got all of the colors that are in the shirt are in the slacks. Just don't have really competing. So really competing would be around the same color, but not exactly, or around the same pattern. So if I wore a tie with this, I would wear probably a solid tie. Maybe I would wear something like a paisley tie in brown and blue, because the scale matters. So if you have a pattern this size and you put, let's say, polka dots that are around this size on it, at least for me, my eyes get wigged out looking at that. It's like, oh, that's too close. So just, if you can imagine this with, let's say, a solid navy tie with really small, either brown or white polka dots, or really big brown or white polka dots, or a paisley tie that isn't this scale. Those would totally work. So a navy tie, and if I'm gonna wear a suit jacket with this, then it would depend on the jacket that I would wear. In this case, I would probably put on a navy jacket with this. I would just have to kind of get a feel for how close it is. So again, you can get creative. You just got to be really careful with the scale of, meaning the size of the patterns that you're trying to put one on top of the other. And if the pattern, for example, of the slacks is really a strong pattern, you got to be careful to make sure that those your shirt and your slacks are not competing with your eye. So that's kind of my tip on there. Again, shoes, belt is the darkest color of my shoes. I actually have the belt that matches these shoes. I just like to kind of mix it up a little bit. I like how this is not coming off as much of a visual line of sight stop as it would if it was a light brown, which is what color the belt is that matches the shoes, light brown with gradiating out to this dark color. So I'm just trying to help you visualize what makes sense with fabrics. Again, the reason that the camel coat goes with this is because there's camel actually in the slacks. You don't see it, you do feel it though. So again, just trying to help people understand how to get from point A to point B. This is not super dressed up. This is a really comfortable outfit that I could wear literally the entire day at the office and then go to a board meeting or anything else. If I put a tie on it, if the neck is the right size, you should be able to wear a tie with your shirt. Helps to be custom made. You should be able to wear a tie comfortably with your shirt the entire day, and it shouldn't bother you. But if you are struggling to get your tie buttoned and it's feeling like a noose, that is a lot different than if it fits correctly. So, excuse me, make sure that when you're ordering your clothes or you're trying them on, that if you're gonna wear a tie ever, that you can button the top button. If you can't, or it's really tight, you're not gonna wanna wear a tie, or you're gonna try to put it together and not have it buttoned, and that's not a good look.